All right, guys, welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about which banks pull from where. So which credit bureau. And then I'm also going to explain why it's important to know which credit bureau that these banks pull from so that you're able to structure your credit report correctly. So let's get into it. So Experian, we have American Express, Chase, Bank of America, Citi, and I'm going to specify, for example, with Citi, sometimes they will pull from Equifax, Wells Fargo, Discover, Fidelity. I'm going to come back to that in a second. US Bank, TD Bank, and NASA Federal Credit Union. Fidelity uses a bank called Elon Financial. So Elon is a bank that historically pulls from Experian. I have heard sometimes they pull from TransUnion, but there's actually a lot of banks slash cards that are underwritten by Elon Financial. So just keep that in mind. Equifax, we have Capital One. And the reason, I don't know why I put this necessarily on Equifax because they will pull from all three. So just keep that in mind when you're applying for Capital One. We have Citizens, HSBC, KeyBank, and PenFed. PenFed is a credit union, a really good credit union, by the way. And KeyBank, by the way, is a regional bank. So just keep that in mind. It's not a nationwide bank. So depending on where you're watching this from, this is normally located in the Northeast. So Pennsylvania is a really big hub for KeyBank. So just keep that in mind. It's not a major nationwide bank, but it is a good bank to use. So if you live in areas where KeyBank exists, they're a great bank and they tend to be very generous in what they offer credit-wise. And last but not least, TransUnion, we have the Apple Card, which is underwritten by Goldman Sachs. There's rumors that that relationship is going to split, but up until now, as of April 15, 2024, they're still partnered with Goldman Sachs, Federal Credit Union. I put this one in here. It is a credit union. It is a very big credit union. You do have to have a relationship with somebody that is active duty or is a veteran in order to get in. They've sort of tightened up their bidding because a lot of people were sort of abusing entry methods. So just play that safe because they could audit you and cancel your account. If you're able to be a part of Navy Federal, they are an amazing bank. Where you live, they may or may not have a physical location, but it's still good to have an account with Navy Federal because they are very generous with their credit limits. We have Barclays and Synchrony. I'm gonna drop a gem to see who's actually watching these videos. Well, let me go over why this is important first, and then we'll talk about them. So why is this important? In the beginning, I said I'm going to show you why it's important to know which banks pull from which credit bureau. So what people don't know is, let's say you have a negative item on your report, but it's only on one bureau or two bureaus, and one of your bureaus is clean. You have Experian or Equifax or TransUnion that's clean. Know which banks pull from which bureau. So in this example, if your Experian is clean, you banks pull from Experian. Therefore, you can apply for credit cards that just pull from Experian. So in this scenario, it will be any of these ones right here. We have American Express, Chase, Bank of America, Discover. You know, have all these options available to you. So it's good to keep that in mind because for the longest time, I had cleaned my credit report. I got all charge-offs and collections removed except for one collection on TransUnion. Just couldn't get off for the longest time. And I knew that TransUnion was going to be tough for me in order to get anything approved because I had the collection sitting on there. So just understand that you have a charge off or a collection or a negative item on one or two of your reports, but one of them is clean, that only apply for banks that pull from that credit bureau. So also from an inquiry standpoint, okay, you're applying to 6 banks. Probably never going to happen, but let's say you do. And all 6 of them from Experian, because you didn't know, right? Now you have 6 inquiries on your Experian report. But let's say you apply to 6 banks and only 2 of them pull from Experian, 2 of them pull from TransUnion, and 2 of them pull from Equifax. Now you have 6, hopefully, approvals and only 2 inquiries on each report. So this is going to be big. Let's say when you apply again for another card that pulls from TransUnion, or Experian, instead of seeing 6 inquiries, they only see 2. So it's very important. So the gem I want to drop is if you're able to become a member, I'm sorry, of Navy Federal, and you have a negative item on your TransUnion, if you freeze your TransUnion report, and on the channel we have a video on how to freeze if you don't know how. If you freeze your TransUnion, they will pull from Equifax. So if your Equifax is clean, but your TransUnion has negative items on it, freeze your TransUnion, and they'll pull from Equifax. So if you're actually sitting here watching this entire video up to this point, drop a comment down below, Jim. I want to know who's actually watching these videos. Again, Navy Federal, if your TransUnion is messed up, freeze your TransUnion, apply, they'll pull from Equifax. Hopefully you get approved. So drop a comment, Jim, down below. And last but not least, I want you to join the Wholesome Squad. If you like this video, you like some of the videos on our channel, we offer a lot more in our private Discord. We offer one-on-one consultations. Sometimes we do Q&As, especially on TikTok. All the links will be in the description below. Join the Discord community, it's free. Any questions that you like, and we'll see you on the inside.